Do you have a forward head posture? Have you tried other methods to improve your forward head posture, but nothing really seems to work? By the end of this video, you'll know one of the most effective exercises to improve your forward head posture. For the most innovative ideas around posture, mobility, strength, and fitness, be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you get notified when I release a new video every Tuesday. I've been a strength and conditioning coach for over 5 years now. I've worked with professional athletes when I worked with the Boston Red Sox organization, and I've worked with average Joes and average Janes when I started my own personal training business. But throughout these 5 years, I've dealt with my own posture issues, and I've pretty much tried everything to try to get rid of them. It wasn't until I discovered new exercises in 2018 that I finally improved my own posture issues. One of the main reasons I started this channel is to try to expose exercises that actually work. There's a lot of misinformation in this field, and one of my goals is to really shed light on exercises that actually work. And so, what is forward head posture? Forward head posture is really a result of spending too much time looking down and looking out. So the combination of these two results in this forward head posture that we see a lot. So I think everybody knows what the real root cause of this forward head posture is. And this posture really pops up more and more in today's society than it used to. The forward head posture is a result of spending too much time texting and at the computer. When we spend time with our head looking down and looking out at something, that's when it really results in that forward head posture. And so what has happened is that the neck has come out of its natural alignment. The cervical spine has bent forward and down, and it has resulted in that forward head posture. And so in order to restore forward head posture, we really need to look at the spinal column and what it's supposed to do. So in a forward head posture, the spine looks like this. In a non-forward head posture spine or neutral spine, the spine looks like this. So now that we know what the spine looks like in that forward head posture and what it's supposed to look like in neutral, we can now move forward to one of the most effective corrective exercises for the forward head posture. Step 0 is actually to gain an assessment of where you're at currently. I want you to stand up, I want you to go over to the mirror, and I want you to take a picture of where your head is in space. I want you to feel and I want you to understand the relationship between your ear and your shoulder. How far forward is your ear in relation to your shoulder? So now that you understand where you're currently at within your forward head posture, we're going to move on to step number 1. And for step number 1, we're going to move into a seated position. So this first motion of the neck is flexion and extension. We're just going to see a forward bending of the neck, forward and backwards. So the next one is going to be the lateral bend. So lateral flexion here, basic foundational movement of the neck. Now we can tie all those together and go into this neck circle just by bending the neck in a 360-degree motion. We can go clockwise and we can also go counterclockwise. So now we're going to see the next movement of the neck, which is the forward glide or forward and backwards translation of the neck. So this gliding is another function of the neck. There is no bending here. It's simply just moving forward and back, or we see in this lateral glide. So notice how the chin basically stays at the same horizontal level, but it moves laterally. And we can kind of get into this gliding circle here. So the head is really staying at the same horizontal level, but it's moving forward, backwards, left, and right in space. So this is definitely an interesting movement of the neck to take into consideration when we're trying to restore the forward head posture. And so we can see here a combination of the bending and of the gliding. So just being aware of maybe trying to combine these glidings in these neck circles that we saw in the bending. So we can go clockwise, we can go counterclockwise, but this is an interesting combination of the gliding and the bending. some exploration here for the neck in the cervical spine region. So once we've understood the basic movements of the neck, we can move on to the basic movements of the spine underneath the neck, the thoracic spine, in step number 2. We're going to check out some movements of the thoracic spine. And we can see we can include the cervical spine in these big global movements of the thoracic spine. So we see thoracic flexion here, and then we're going to move into thoracic extension. And then thoracic extension works with the extension of the neck. So folding and bending forward, folding and bending backwards. Same thing here with the lateral flexion of the T-spine. We can see the lateral flexion of the head also work with it. And then we're going to move towards a big global T-spine circle with the neck working with it. So just exploring the outer ranges of the spine and the neck in this big clockwise or counterclockwise circle. So right now you guys should have a basic understanding of the movements of the neck and the T-spine. And before I move on to the last and final step, I want to know how many of you have actually moved your neck like this. Is this the first time you guys are exploring these ranges? Let me know in the comments if this exercise is new for you. So in step number 3, we're going to tie it all together. We're going to move the spine segmentally in something called spinal waves. For the spinal waves, we're going to use a wall, and we're going to go nose, chin, chest, belly button, and hips off of the wall, coming back towards the wall. We're going to move towards it again. We're going to go nose, chin, neck, chest, belly button, and hips. Allow for the shoulders and the arms to move naturally, moving segmentally like a snake. Only one piece is moving towards the wall, the other one's coming off of it. And now you can do it off of the wall in a more explorative segmental fashion like this, where you're not necessarily moving forward and back, but in all directions that you can. Doing really whatever feels nice and what feels good. You can then introduce the arms in different ways. You can go low, high, backwards, forwards, moving the neck, moving the T-spine, moving the hips. This one really is a nice explorative movement to restore some function and mobility and movement back into your spine after sitting and all of the bad things that cause the forward head posture. So you guys have just learned one of the most effective exercises to improve the forward head posture. And if you guys want to learn more corrective exercises and how to unlock mobility in the rest of your body, be sure to download the 3 Secrets to Full Body Mobility Guide in the link below. Did this exercise improve your posture? Do you feel slightly taller after doing these exercises? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something new today. And if you guys are interested in learning more corrective exercises that actually work, be sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video.